Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Well, we've been waiting for somebody to defend Diddy besides his lawyers. Who would have thought it would be his own sons? I know, typically that sounds like a natural thing, right? But Diddy's sons are not known to be gangsters. They're not known to press people and all of this stuff. But let Ray J tell it, they did exactly that at a recent Halloween party. Yeah. Ray J say they pressed him and they had about 5 other guys with him. He said it was about 8 of them in total. Ran down on him. Like, what's up with that, talking that talk about my daddy, woo, He didn't say those words, but, you can kind of guess what they were saying. Ray J said that Chris Brown came to his rescue. Chris calmed everything down and everybody went on about their business. What do y'all think about that, fam? Diddy's sons pressing Ray J about talking slick about their daddy. Now here's the thing, fam. A lot of people are talking slick about their daddy. Why single out Ray J? I don't know, perhaps they considered Ray J to be family or something, a friend or whatever, I don't know. But they pressed Ray J. Here's the thing. I can understand why they would. That's their daddy. Obviously, they want to protect him, right? They're going to defend him, right? That seems logical to me. The only issue with that is the world is watching. And they're already painting Diddy as a monster. Someone who controls people, someone who threatens people with violence. And now his sons are reportedly mirroring his behavior. This won't be a good look for Diddy. Believe you me, the judge knows what's going on. Just like this got to us, it got to the judge. This incident has gone viral. So you better believe the judge knows about it. You better believe the U.S. Marshals know about it. You better believe that anybody who could affect the outcome of this case against Diddy knows about that incident. This reminds me of the incident with Tory Lanez when he was going through trial for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. His daddy was out of control. His daddy was constantly calling out the prosecution, saying slick stuff about the witnesses and all of this type of stuff. The daddy has a right to speak his mind. He has a right to defend his son if he feels like his son has been wronged. But there's this little thing called discretion. And you got to understand the beast that you're dealing with. You are dealing with the system. You're inside of the system right now going through a criminal process. And these people have the fate of your child in their hands. The jury does. The judge does. The prosecution does to a great extent. Because sometimes prosecutors can go above and beyond what they normally would do to try to get a conviction. You catch my drift? You don't want to antagonize them. What you want to do is mount a fierce defense and let the lawyers do what they do. Family and all of that type, man, lay back and listen to that lawyer. Strategize with your lawyer. Talk with your lawyer. And if you want to make a statement, make sure you run it by the lawyer first, because the lawyer understands the legal implications. You gotta take out your emotions, man. You're gonna put your people in a worse situation. Tory Lanez's daddy was talking all kinds of slick stuff about the prosecution and the system itself. These people, including the judge, works within the system. They were hired to not show his son mercy. But his son is still hoping that they show him mercy. If he stands a chance, he cannot antagonize those people. After the case is totally resolved, after appeals are exhausted, and if you have to go do some time after he does his time, because while he's doing time, maybe he'll come up for parole and he has an opportunity. But they're not going to give it to him if they feel like you are against them and they heard all of this slick stuff you said about the system. You say what you want to say once everything's over. But right now, well, at that time, his son hadn't even been found guilty. Then when he was found guilty, he really turned up. Went right there on the courtyard steps and indicted the system. Obviously, the system is corrupt. Obviously, it is biased. Obviously, it is against us. But this is chess, not checkers, man. You cannot allow your emotions to get the best of you. His daddy clearly loved him, but his daddy was behaving like he hated him because all of those antics, all of that slick talking, it worked against his son. If it wasn't for his daddy, I'd go as far as saying, perhaps, even though I still believe that he is guilty of what he's being accused of, perhaps they wouldn't have hit him as hard as they did. Perhaps. Diddy's sons need to lay low. They need to relax, get out of the way, help their daddy as much as they can, but work with those lawyers. And they got to be on their A game, right? They got to be on their best behavior. You never hear about his sons wilding out and stuff. Well, actually, I heard one of them say something slick on a record or whatever, but you absolutely never hear anything about those girls. They are low. They low key. Whoever has stewardship over them right now, they're playing it just right. I know one of the girls I think is grown, but the other two are minors. In any event, they got to be on their best behavior, because what you want to get from those who are in position of power to punish your people is a sense of, you want them to get a sense of humanity. You want them to look at your people like they are worth saving, and it's gotta be some good in them. They created you. Look how you guys are acting like, model citizens, They look at all of this stuff. They read all of this stuff. And anything you say or do can and will be used against you in a court of law. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.